every night are we paradise, paradise seems so far away. Still try to buy myself some time to give me.
My name is Osonwa, Abia, and I represent the very prosperous people of Abia Federal Constituency. I'm from God's own state with God's own governor. I come from Abia.
Thank you so much, sir. Being a people's representative, how would you describe your leadership representing the people of Onhofia and representing the whole of the state? Because this state has experienced several turbulent leadership. How would you describe the leadership under Governor Alex Oti?
It will take someone that has either a very bad case of cataracts or a very, very, very bad case of cancer of the eye for you not to see the developmental strides that have happened in Abia State in just 3 years. What we didn't see in 24, we saw in 3. Leadership based out of pragmatic approach, leadership based out of pure human empathy and the grand will to do right by your people. Leadership built out of experience of office and professional nature. Leadership built purely out of truth and purpose. Those things and more epify what the government of Dr. Alex Abia Oti.
Thank you. Basara security. This past few months, Abia State, especially this Onhofia constituency and Arochukwu, has experienced quietness and steady security. Can you tell us the success to that?
They say that the fish rots from the head, and we have a good head, so the body cannot rot. Look, if the people are happy, then there will be no need or worry for antagonizing situations. Abia State is experiencing some sort of renaissance. We have the success story of Aba. Yes. That is our financial capital, our hub for operations. We have the constant supply of electricity in that same city and in various parts of Abia Central, including Isialangwa. So there is a growing optimism for that same power situation to come to our own Abia North and the rest of the Central. The aim is to have everybody under the same power source, and then we can have industrial revolution in Abia. There are so many operational heads in this our Abia State that are seeking only reduction in their cost of operations, and most of the cost of operation in this country as a whole, 60% of the cost of operation is power. So once we solve our power situation, we solve everything, and that is what we have done in Aba and the enviros, and that is what we do across. Now, once everywhere is settled, then there is no reason for quarrel and worry. We are a peaceful people. And it's the idle nature of our people that causes problem. You know that they say that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. And so if we are idle in what we do, then the mind will be occupied with doing other things that are not what we want to be done.
Thank you. Honorable, still on that electricity matters. While we were driving down from Umaya, we saw electric poles being mounted. You made mention of power being the pivot force to cause sporadic development. You have been doing a lot. We're following you up. So what are your plans with the other leaders to make sure that power, especially electricity and water, becomes a daily thing that is regular in Onhofia?
Sometime last year, maybe around September 2025, we attended a function. But prior to the attending of the function, we went and had a meeting with some key stakeholders within the power sector. I posted pictures then, and I did not say what it was, but I allowed it for anybody that is discerning and understanding enough to see, and you would know. In that meeting was myself, the governor, and the CEO of EEDC, Emekofo. And what we discussed was the eventual takeover of the power in Abia State as a franchise. That has happened now. The next step that has to follow was the mounting of the electricity poles. The next that will follow is to string it and then power our people. Then the final piece to that jigsaw puzzle would be for us to be transmitted through this geometric system in Aba. A child needs to crawl before he walks, and then after he has started walking, he can now run. We are crawling and we'll start walking. And this power situation, again I repeat, is some of the most important things that we have to do. Water is also a factor that we are working on.
All right. Yesterday you were part and parcel of everything to make the memory and burial of our daddy Uma very successful. They say heroes are easily forgotten. What would you say that the government of Abia State, and especially under your own leadership, to immortalize Daddy Uma?
So he is Papa, Reverend to other people, and to myself too. He's a mentor to many people and to myself too. But for me, personally, he's my uncle. He's my mother's younger cousin. He was my mother's younger cousin. So what I did is what family does. I gave my uncle a befitting burial. When he died, the honor of your death being announced on the floor of the House of Representatives is not an honor bestowed to everybody. It's either to leaders of thoughts, political leaders, former members, presidents, governors. But I made sure that my uncle's death was announced on the floor of the House. He has meant a lot to a lot of people. He's been a pivotal story to how perseverance pays off, how faithfulness pays off. Someone that lived an exemplary life, and someone that was a avid disciplinarian. Uncle was very tough, but Uncle was also a very empathetic person. You need to just discuss a situation with Uncle and he would immediately jump on it. And so, you will not have to struggle to tell such things to the governor. Immediately I told the governor, this is what we want to do, this is what has to happen, this is what we need to do for Uncle. The governor says, but he was already always going to do it. Before I will say anything, it's the governor that will tell me, and I will use his own words. I've just called Auntie. Yes, I've just called Auntie. Okay, discuss it with Auntie now, and then come back to me. And that is how we did this. This is a family thing. And, we say that to whom honor is due, honor is ultimately given. And he was given his honor. You know that some people say that when someone dies, that the funeral is only the people that are living that are seeing it, that the dead has already transcended. Yes, that's true. But should in case Uncle could see what was happening, Uncle would have been very proud of how he was celebrated and how he was sent forth.
Be honorable, to save your time, please. I like in here, Kele your people and give them assurance of hope for a brighter and a rising Ohofia and Abia.
numune monoka niwo kuna mahalo uchuche obim onwegi ifeme eme awogoshe ho dere ndo hafia dere ndaru chuku mma anya mahala shi ife gbaga n'ala Nigeria as a whole adịghị gbage mma but ụtụtụ obi anyị wụshi nke nọ na Abia gbakwuhu ichu nke anyị dị mma gọvanọ anyị na-agba mbọ mgbalị eme ife o kwesịrị eme ife anyị emegakwa wo ịkwado ya o mejekwa so that mgbe ọbụla nje ekwekwala ya rịọtụ ya mere lomdịga ifo ya okwekwala ome ya so unu jejekwa ha anyị ekpere jejekwa ha Abia ekpere unu eyere Nigeria dum ekpere maka Chineke ya edupu anyị ife anyị n'ugbu a Nigeria dum unu mune monoka niwo ọ maazị Igbo ọkwara Osonwa oke abụọ hafịa ọ ma elekọtara unu anya Abuja ndị Arụchukwu eye ndị Ọhafịa Federal Constituency monoka niwo
Kasa